after Vanilla Ice dropped Ice Ice Baby, after Vanilla Ice album To the Extreme hit #1 on the Billboard 200, after Robert Vanwinkles had a short relationship with Madonna, after Vanilla Ice faced ridicule for the color of his skin working in the hip-hop industry, after there were Barbie dolls made in his image, after Vanilla Ice starred in his own movie Cool as Ice. Vanilla Ice released his second studio album called Mind Blowin, which Entertainment Weekly called more clunky than funky. During that time, he unfortunately got into drugs and took a break from the spotlight. After his return, he never reached the popular success that he gained when he released his first album. He also lost a great deal of earnings after signing the rights to his hit Ice Ice Baby to Suge Knight. Robert Vanwinkles continues to act and sing to this day. Valuing himself as an entertainer, he is often seen on TV and in small roles on film. Yet he isn't exactly what you would call a smooth criminal, and he is often in trouble with the law. Hi everyone, and welcome to Before They Were Famous, documenting the life of Vanilla Ice after fame. By the way, I have my own YouTube channel, Aziland, so you can check me out there too. Vanilla Ice, or if you prefer his birth name, Robert Matthew Van Winkle, was born on October 31st, 1967. He never knew his biological father, so his mother gave him the last name of the man she was married to at the time of his birth. At the age of 4, his parents got divorced and he spent his childhood living between Dallas and Miami. During his teenage years living in troubled homes, what set him apart was his tremendous passion and talent in music. He said that during this age, rap, hip-hop, and poetry were major influences in his life. He would breakdance and perform on the streets and at clubs with his group of friends, which he called the Vanilla Ice Posse. Where did the name come from? Well, those that liked his moves called him Vanilla because of his skin color, and Ice because his moves were so impressive and he was cold as ice. In 1990, Ice signed with SBK Records and To the Extreme, which featured the hit track Ice Ice Baby and became the fast-selling hip-hop album of its time. This was a song that Robert wrote when he was 16. From then, he went on to date Madonna, appeared as a musical guest on Saturday Night Live, and got a role on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. According to Ice, it didn't get any cooler than that. Others took notice to his success, including Suge Knight, who convinced Vanilla Ice to sign over his rights to Ice Ice Baby. By the way, Michael also did a Before They Were Famous on Suge Knight, which you guys should totally check out. Following Vanilla Ice's mainstream success, his celebrity status would begin to fade. His second studio album, Mind Blowin, was released and he was opened up to critical reviews of the album. Entertainment Weekly called it more clunky than funky, while others used more harsher phrases to describe the album. Some critics went as far as saying that the album was devoid of a single moment that establishes it as a musical identity, and that the album itself was rather embarrassing. During this time, Ice began using ecstasy and cocaine heavily. He attempted to take his own life twice during this time. After this time, he decided it was time for a lifestyle change. He sold his estate in California and took a break from his music. He used this time to focus on his other passion, jet skiing. He competed in motocross and jet skiing nearly every weekend and was ranked 6th in sit-down jet skiing in the world and collected tons of trophies for his work as a motocross artist. After returning to music in 1997, his third studio album, Hard to Swallow, was also ill-received by the media. This time, he was rocking dreads and rapping about drugs and violence. He re-recorded the vocals to Ice Ice Baby years later, and it was re-released for the European market, which ignited some interest in Vanilla Ice overseas. This was when Vanilla Ice got involved into drug abuse. His go-to drug of choice was ecstasy, but he was also into cocaine and alcohol. This led to attempted suicide via overdose. Eventually, Robert would sober up and begin to re-establish himself. In 2002, he began to appear on reality TV shows such as Celebrity Boxing, The Surreal Life, and Hollywood Squares. In 2009, Ice also appeared in a reality show for the DIY network called Vanilla Ice Project, which was focused on renovating a house in West Palm Beach. Unfortunately, Ice would get in trouble with the law on several occasions after his mainstream success. Both in 2001 and 2008, he would be arrested for domestic abuse cases against his wife. His most recent charge in 2008 was dropped due to conflicting evidence. Robert Vanwinkles decided to change up his image, opting for full sleeves of tattoos, often rocking caps, and denouncing his own former identity as that of Vanilla Ice. The music industry continued to pick on the white guy turned hip-hop artist. For example, artists like Eminem referring to him in their tracks. Most recently, in February 2015, Ice was charged for burglary for stealing furniture and other items from a house which he thought was vacant. Ice was ordered to pay a sum of money and to complete 100 hours of community work. Most recently, you can find Ice as Mark Twain on Adam Sandler's The Ridiculous Six. Robert also acts as a mentor to other young artists who are dealing with the trials and tribulations of fame and ridicule. He is seen sharing his advice for Justin Bieber on TMZ. And the rest of the story? Well, you know the story because this is before they were famous. Awesome guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more on some other artists or other celebrities, make sure to check out some of the other videos on this channel. Until next time, bye!
I was very scared.